Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I filled my extra large ollie bed and show you what I planted in it. Now to start, I have to say that this was not a fast project for me. This actually took almost 2 weeks to fill this bed. Now in the last video, I showed you how to build it, and just for a reminder, I bought their 12-in-1 kit with the extension pack. So this turned out to be quite a spacious bed. But the concept of filling it was very easy, and I had a goal not to buy a single thing to fill it, so I used everything off my own property to fill it. First, I started with cardboard at the bottom. Actually, the box that it came in went down there along with a few other boxes I got from other deliveries. Then I put a layer of, I called it garden debris. I went around and raked. It was dead grass, weeds I pulled out, just clumps of dirt, all that. I put that on top of the cardboard, and then I put a layer of mowed grass, and then I actually put layers of compost and bedding from my duck house. So that first bundle of layers only got me halfway up the bed, and I really wanted it to come all the way up to the top. So I restarted again. I started with a layer of thin sticks and twigs. Then I put some grass on top of that, some duck house bedding, and then I went to my compost and I layered up as many layers as I possibly could with the compost. We have two different types of compost. We have a compost pile in the yard that you saw me digging from earlier. That usually is where the animal bedding goes, sticks, grass, etc. We do have a separate compost tumbler bin that we stick all our food scraps in, but that one wasn't ready yet, so I just used our compost pile. Now, after a few layers of just compost, I decided to transplant my blueberry bushes. I still wanted the soil to come up to the top at this point, but my blueberry bushes were kind of struggling, waiting for this bed to be planted. Now the three bigger ones that you see are ones that I purchased last summer. They got transplanted and I'm sure they will recover easily. Now I obviously need to prune them. They just need some tender loving care, but they are at least in here. Now for blueberries, they love that acidic soil. As you can tell, I planted everything in this duck bedding. Now duck poop is a very good natural fertilizer. As you can tell right here, some of my littler ones are phosphorus deficient, and this duck poop is going to fix that. And the pine shavings that the duck poop is on is going to help with the acidity. I also had a lot of pine sticks and twigs in there that will help with the acidity. Now you have to be careful using pine shavings as mulch because it can actually clump up into like little bricks almost, especially if it gets wet and then gets dry. So I'm actually not done filling the bed, but I wanted to get this layer of fertilizer down and this acidic layer down for them first. Now I want to add that duck poop is not like chicken poop. I know you need to compost down chicken poop because it's considered to be hot, but duck poop you can actually put right onto your garden. Actually, a lot of people, including myself, let their ducks just wander around in their gardens and their poop just goes wherever it goes and they pick off all the bugs. I love having my ducks in my garden. I also want to point out the concern about nitrogen being robbed from your plants if you use any sort of wood mulch in your garden beds. I am just not very concerned about it in this particular bed because I made sure to put in plenty of grass clippings, which is very high in nitrogen, along with all the duck poop that is in it now and will be placed in it in the future. I'm sure there's going to be enough nitrogen to go around. So here I'm just pruning back these blueberry bushes before I move on. After this, I am going to finish filling the bed. Now that that layer of duck poop and pine shavings is down, that's probably going to be my last layer of duck bedding for now. I am then going to go ahead and put more compost / dirt on top and then put a finishing mulch on top of that. Now I do want to mention that I've been jabbering about blueberries this whole time, but I also planted raspberry and a blackberry bush. I found these at Aldi's and at Walmart. They are thornless. All three of these bushes, the two raspberry and blackberry, were thornless and container variety. So this bed is going to hold about 8 berry bushes in it. Honestly, they're all dwarf, all container variety types of berry bushes, so they really shouldn't get that big. There really should be enough room for all of them to thrive. Now to wrap up this project, all I did was put one more good thick layer of the compost dirt from my compost pile, and then I went to one of our pine trees and raked up as many fallen pine needles that I could to use as my finishing mulch. Here is the finished result. I am so glad that this is done. This took me a long time, but this is a bigger bed. So this is the 12-in-1 kit with an extension kit with it. So it's a little bit wider than what you would normally build if you just use the single 12-in-1 kit. Ollie Gardens was very gracious to give my audience a 10% off coupon. Coupon code is CottageVeg10. Just look down below for any links for that. I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next video.